In every story of things that go bump in the night, there are two possibilities. One, that it's a hoax. Two, that there's something going on beyond the grasp of the human mind. If this is a hoax, it means that some of the 17 people who've seen things have been playing an elaborate and twisted joke on the others. If it isn't a hoax, it means that either those 17 people have all been having hallucinations, including the police, or this is the best documented ghost story of all time.
In August 1977, in a modest home in Enfield, London, exactly this happened. A haunting that would go on for 18 months. Voices speaking through an 11-year-old, not hers. Objects flying. Levitation. A case that blurred the line between skepticism and belief. This was the Enfield poltergeist. This isn't fiction. This is what really happened. It begins like any typical evening. Two young sisters tucked in bed. Whispers drifting through the house. And then a dresser slides across the room by itself. No wind, no one behind it. Just movement. Furniture living its own life. Are their imaginations running wild? Or is something far darker awake tonight? Let me explain this true horror story. One that has been investigated, documented, and debated for decades. A story not born from campfire tales or horror movies, but from the real experiences of an ordinary family in North London. What began with small disturbances soon escalated into one of the most chilling and controversial hauntings in history. This is the Enfield poltergeist.
I was going to ask the same question as I asked earlier. How many voices are there?
600.
600 the voices.
I know the joke.
How many really are there, Margaret?
I think so far we've had 10
Three.
sensible voices, but the rest of the names are absolute rubbish.
The Hodges family lived in a simple brick house on Green Street in Enfield. Peggy Hodge, a single mother, was raising her 4 children on her own. Life wasn't easy, but it was ordinary. Until that summer evening in 1977, when everything changed. It started with strange noises, knocks that seemed to come from inside the walls. At first, the children thought it was mice or maybe pipes groaning, but soon, objects began to move. Chairs slid across the floor, toys hurled themselves across the room. Janet later remembered. We told our mum the chest of drawers was moving toward the bedroom door. She said, "Oh, don't be silly," and then she saw it too. She tried to push it back, but it wouldn't budge as if it was being held by an invisible force. Peggy grabbed her children and ran next door for help. But that was only the beginning. Over the next few days, the disturbances grew worse. Knocking became pounding. Objects vanished and reappeared. Beds shook violently in the night. The neighbors came over, and even they witnessed strange events. Finally, the police were called. And here's where things get chilling. A police constable witnessed a chair in the children's bedroom slide across the floor on its own. She later wrote in her official statement that she could not explain it. The story spread quickly. Soon, journalists from the Daily Mirror arrived, along with paranormal investigators. Cameras clicked, flashbulbs popped, and then right in front of everyone, the activity escalated. Marbles flew through the air. Lego bricks were hurled across the room. One photographer was even hit in the face by a flying object. What was happening inside that little house on Green Street could no longer be dismissed as children's games. And then something even stranger began. Janet, the 11-year-old, started speaking in a deep, gravelly voice, nothing like her own. Investigators recorded it, and the voice claimed to belong to a man named Bill Wilkins, who had died in that very house years before. Through Janet, the voice described details of his death that the family could not have known. In one chilling recording, the voice growled, "I used to live here. I died in that chair, downstairs in the corner. Later, records confirmed that a man named Bill Wilkins had indeed lived in the house and died of a hemorrhage while sitting in a chair in the living room. Imagine being a child, your body used as a vessel for something you cannot control. Of course, not everyone believed. Some investigators suggested the girls were playing tricks. Janet admitted years later that on a few occasions she and her sister faked small incidents, throwing objects or bending spoons just to test the investigators. But she always insisted that most of what happened was real. She said, "It was not my imagination. I didn't want to do it. I felt used. The things that happened still haunt me." Even skeptics who visited the home struggled to explain everything. Some phenomena, like levitation caught on camera, remain unexplained to this day. For 18 months, the Hodgin family lived in fear. Furniture moved by itself. Knocks echoed through the night. And voices came out of children's mouths. Investigators recorded over 2,000 supernatural events inside that house. The case became so famous that it inspired documentaries, books, and even films, most notably The Conjuring 2. But beyond the Hollywood version lies the real pain of a family who lived through it. Decades later, Janet described the haunting as something that would never leave her. It's just like a death. The memories never go away. You learn to live with it, but you never forget. Why children? Why do so many ghost encounters seem to involve them? Psychologists argue that children are more imaginative, more suggestible. But many paranormal researchers believe children are simply more sensitive, more open to energies that adults block out. From countless stories around the world, a pattern emerges. Children seeing figures no one else can see. Speaking to imaginary friends who later match real people long dead, or describing places and details they could never have known. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's something deeply unsettling about the idea that children, innocent, unguarded, might glimpse what lies beyond the veil of death. So picture it again. A quiet house. Children whispering in the dark. And then furniture sliding, toys flying, voices that do not belong to them speaking through the night. If it happened once, it could be dismissed. But when neighbors, police officers, journalists, and investigators all witnessed it, what do we make of that? Was the Enfield poltergeist a grand hoax, the imagination of children taken too far? Or was it one of the most powerful glimpses into a world we cannot yet explain? The truth is still debated to this day. But one thing is certain. If a child ever turns to you in the quiet of the night and whispers, "They're here," will you dare to look?